Welcome back to Colin's Country. In this video, I'm in our basement because I really need to reorganize and restock the canning room that we have in the basement. It's an absolute mess. It's in complete disarray. I did a lot of canning this summer, which is an amazing thing with all the produce from our garden, but I never organized or put any of it away, so that's what we're gonna do today. Let's do it. So here it is. We are super blessed. We had a lot of people give us more canning jars this summer, so I need to get those put away. They're not washed yet, but it's fine. I will obviously wash them before we use them. But look at all this stuff. Tons of different canned goods, and it's just everywhere. And then in here, we do have plenty of room on the shelves because we've, of course, been eating a lot and not restocking it. And the way that I do this to ensure that we are always eating the oldest canned goods first is I kind of have to pull stuff out and put the new stuff in the back and then put the old stuff back in front of it. So the oldest stuff is in the front and the newest canned goods is in the back. And the way that Jane's built these shelves is really nice. You can actually put 5 pints in a row here. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's lots of space. So I gotta pull the old stuff to the side, get the new stuff in there, put that stuff in front, and kind of reorganize this whole thing. I also like to keep certain things together. Like I want all my green beans in one spot down here. So if I need to move something else to make spot for all of our green beans, I will do that and just kind of reorganize a little bit to get everything that you see out here into here. Also, I've got this old bookshelf that I think I'm going to utilize. It's been in our basement since we moved here and we've never used it. It's a little bookshelf that was in our oldest nursery at the old house. So I'm going to stick it over here against this wall and I might use it for more storage space, especially for the empty canning jars. Let's squeeze it in here. So they have some place to stack up to. Oh yeah, that's perfect. So up first is the tomato juice. I only made 4 quarts of these because we still have so much tomato juice left over from the previous years. So I got to kind of shimmy this around so I can put the new stuff in the back and the old stuff in the front. Oh Lord, I left a canning ring on this one. I got to get that off. You don't ever want to leave the canning rings on there. I'll get that off in a second. All right, got all those in. That is all the tomato juice. Up next, I'm gonna do the green beans. Green beans are done, looks much better. Now we're going to do all of our other beans. Got all the beans done, much better. And there's a couple of different kinds in here, so that's why you see a bunch of different colors. Okay, moving on. Okay, I need to clear out a little more room in here so that I can walk and not trip over glass and break my mason jars. So all of these beautiful antique blue ball mason jars that I got for dirt cheap at a yard sale, I'm going to put on top of this thing. I love it when my OCD brain does something that just so happens to work out perfectly. I had 18 jars and they fit perfectly. I couldn't have fit one more on there. How perfect is that? It's so satisfying when something like that works out perfectly. And I did just put a piece of cardboard behind it because when you bump it, it does rattle a little bit. I'm not so much worried about them falling off as I am them knocking up against the concrete and shattering. So I hope that the piece of cardboard there will help keep that from happening. All right, I'm going to work on getting some more of the empty jars up and out of the way and on here. Making lots of progress. Okay, so all of those jars are in. It looks so neat and organized, and I put some pints down in front just because honestly I need them to go somewhere. Eventually we will build some permanent shelves here that are bigger and hold a lot more jars, but for now this will work. And it's just gorgeous. Look at how pretty that is. And then over here, this is all jars. This is full of wash jars, so they're in this tub with the lid on it so they don't get dirty or dust on them. That's full of jars. This is full of jars. This is full of jars. And then I got this really nice wooden tray here with the handles on the side from a thrift store for only a couple of bucks. So I'm going to put all of my extra jams in all of those spots. It's the perfect size for all of the jelly jars, which is the half pints. Okay, got that done. And clearly I need to make one more thing of jam because there's just that one empty spot. Looks good though. Up next, I'm gonna get all of this tomato soup. I made a lot of it this year. I'm gonna try to squeeze it in this area if I kind of rearrange things a little bit. This is restocking nicely. Look at all those tomato products. Okay, now I got tons of relish out in here that I need to get up here. So I'll stock that in. This is a sweet and spicy pepper relish. It is so good. I still have a few left over from last year and I made a bunch this year. So I'm gonna get that restocked. I got some apple juice that needs to go up here that we made. So let's just, let's just keep going. Okay, it is officially done. I'm gonna start over here on the right side first. I brought our potatoes in. We've got our russet potatoes at the bottom, red potatoes at the top. Back there is just a bunch of jars that I do need to wash and get ready for canning, but for now it's just gonna sit there. Cleaned wash jars are in here. These are actually cleaned wash jars on top, except for that one, fine. Empty jars on top is a bunch of jellies and jams. And then everything here, we've got our fruits. We've got pineapple, peaches, bananas, coming down into all of our jams and jellies. We've got our pickles over here, jalapenos, banana peppers, more jams and jellies and pickles. And at the bottom is all of the hot sauce that I made this year. So that's everything on this side. And then swinging around over here, all the jars that I got organized, and then all the food. Look at this. There is so much. So we'll just kind of go through real quick. So got all the green beans on the right-hand side, and this is all of our other beans over here. We've got pinto beans, great northern beans, navy beans, red beans, black beans, all the beans. Down here is 1/2 gallons of tomato juice. I love to use those when I make a giant pot of soup, especially like vegetable soup. Next row up, all the kids' applesauce is over here. We've got all of our chicken broth in the middle, soups and stews over here. Also, some of these are just green beans and potatoes, which makes a great side dish for any meal. Coming up to all of our tomato products. On the right side, we have taco sauce and then marinara sauce and then tomato sauce. And then we have all of our tomato soups and then bigger tomato soups. This is our quart-sized jars of tomato juice. And then coming up here, we've got our corn and carrot rows. We've got all of our cranberry juice, which actually is all from last year. And I made so much last year and forgot that it was down here because it was like shoved over there in a corner that we haven't drank like any of it. So I probably won't need to make any more cranberry juice this year, but I love having this on hand for the boys when they're sick. It's great to get them to drink that mixed with apple juice to get some nutrients in them when they don't feel like eating. Okay, moving on. Still more tomato products. Oh, and ignore the background noise. My 4-year-old is crawling around on the ground trying to be sneaky. Okay, anyway, moving on. Then we've got our tomato paste. We've got all of our pasta sauces and spaghetti sauces, canned diced tomatoes, and then we've got some condiments, some peach barbecue sauce. This stuff is so good. The recipe's on our channel if you want to make it. It is my favorite barbecue sauce by far. We've got lots of ketchup, salsas. We've got different kinds of salsa. There is a smooth and chunky tomato salsa, and then this is all over here is banana pepper salsa. Then up on the top, we have all of our pumpkin stuff. So this is just plain pureed pumpkin. This is pumpkin butter. We've got lots of apple butter. And then this right here is all of our maple syrup that we make here on the farm from all of our maple trees that we tap. So good. Coming over to our sweet and spicy pepper relish. We love this stuff. We use this a lot on meats. It's so good. And then our apple juice and our apple cider. And then up top, I just have a lot of other canning supplies, some of my smaller pressure canner pots, my giant pot that I use for when we make all of our chicken broth, beef broth, and maple syrup, and then just more canning supplies over there. And then at the bottom, I have plain salt with no iodine in it because you cannot can with any salt that has iodine, so I have a big stock of that. James also uses this whenever he tans any hides, like raccoons, skunk, coyotes, that type of stuff. I've got my empty half-gallon jars here. I've got some canned flour here, just kind of as an emergency stock in case we run out, and just some extra empty small jelly jars. But anyway, there it is. It feels so good to finally have this canning pantry reorganized and restocked with everything that we canned this year. I am, again, so blessed with an amazing farm and gardens to grow all of this food to can it. So if you have any questions, let us know down in the comments below. Otherwise, I hope everyone has a fantastic day and a wonderful holiday season. Happy homesteading!